choice.
Mike the Truth Jackson, back with another edition of Fighters Talk, and today I'm joined by the People's Champ, Tonya Evinger. Tonya, how you feeling today?
Good. Just getting some workout in, and you know, same old, same old.
We're here at the War 4 Training Center in Houston, Texas, and we just had big news broke last week. Your dream has come true. You're at the pinnacle. You're at somewhere that you want to be for a long time, and it seems that the man has been holding you back. But now we're here. So how you feeling about that? How you feeling about just not necessarily the fight itself, but finally getting to the UFC?
I feel good about it. You know, I've been waiting for that payday. So, I mean, obviously they're going to give me the hardest opponent they can for my first fight, and I guess to see what I got. But, man, I'm game. I'm game.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like you've taken the toughest route ever for a fighter to get into the UFC. You've been trying to get there for a while. You've had some opponents lined up for you in Invicta, and it just seemed like they never wanted to give you that call. And now you get the call, and you're fighting arguably the scariest fighter in the world. How you feeling about fighting Cyborg in the UFC?
I'm the scariest fighter in the world, so you know, it's gonna be a good fight. I think that two of the most dominating champions that Invicta ever had, and I really thought it was gonna happen in Invicta, but you know, it's been something we've been waiting on, and we kind of knew it was gonna happen, so it's not like some big surprise. So
now you and I, we've been going back and forth for several years, and it seems like every fight, every interview, the Cyborg name gets dropped. But now we're talking about Cyborg. Tell us about just the whole process of how the fight came about. We know she was supposed to fight Megan Anderson. For whatever reason, she had to pull out, and then you get the call. What was the process of that fight taking, or making the fight announced?
You know what? I feel like I'm like running around behind a kid and picking up the pieces, picking up their toys. You know what? Megan pulled off the Invicta card. It's crazy to you know, pull off two cards when you're the main event, or like not a main event, but like a title shot, whatnot. So, you know, I know the reason why she pulled off, and obviously it's not my place to say, but it's kind of ridiculous, and you know, let your whole dreams slip through your fingers like that. But you know what? Her loss, my gain. I really don't care anymore. I'm just there to fight, and you know, I would have took any opportunity they would have given me anyway. So.
Now, before the Cyborg fight was announced, you were supposed to compete on the Invicta card, and you were replacing someone. Like, it was a big mix-up, this whole sort of transitioning in fights. What was the first fight that was announced? You were stepping up in weight class, 145.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. I was stepping in because Megan pulled out, so I was also covering her ass there, and I was going to fight another girl from, I guess, Russia or whatever over there, somewhere like there. That area. Anyway, you know, it was the girl was like 5-0. I don't necessarily think it was should have been like a title shot, but you know, I definitely wanted that title. I would have took the double title in Invicta and held title for two different weight classes. I don't think that anybody in 45 could have touched me, and you know, I was definitely down for that. But when this one fell through, it kind of was. It was hard though, because I didn't want to like leave Invicta hanging. You know, they just dropped first they dropped their main event, and I stepped in, and now they're going to lose another main event. So it's kind of rough on that like side of the game. But you know, Shannon's awesome, man. She told me to go for it, and didn't try to hold me back at all, and let me go, and is super excited. And you know, same for me. I'm so excited and crazy that I got this opportunity to be a main event on this card, or co-main event.
Right now, so originally, you were stepping up to 145. What was the reason for you to make the jump? Was it just to kind of not save the card, but
that's it.
Save the card?
That's it. Literally what it was. They needed a main event fighter, and you know, nobody really on the card is their fights that already matched up weren't really, I guess, main event quality. I don't know how to say it, but you know, I think that I was a dominating champion for them. So for them to bring me into 45 wouldn't have been like so far off. You know, they knew I would do good there and stuff. So, and I draw a big crowd in Kansas City, and a lot of people come watch me fight. So, you know, it would have been a good fight. And you know, obviously they got the 25-pounders, a co-main event to step up, and they're going to be main event in this card. And you know, at the end of the day, they're going to have a great card. They got a bunch of great fighters. So, you know, Invicta will last.
Now, speaking of fans, before we get into the Cyborg fight, we always see you on social media. Now, you have obviously the fans who support you, who support Tonya Evinger, but then we have the opposite of those guys. And I see you retweeting them.
They
and I
were
see
my
you going,
super fans.
yeah. So tell us about why do you feel like these people just they want to come at you the way they do?
Obviously I don't know, they have a crush on me. They want to be me. I don't know. Them are my super fans. The one that's hate on me. Those are definitely my super fans. I don't know. I like the attention, so thanks, guys. My social media, like my numbers are off the chart. I don't know. Jealousy. I seem to get picked on by like turds that have never played the sport in their life, and they're into fantasy sports, and obviously they make so much more money than me, even though they live at home with mom, and it's just crazy. It's crazy, but it's fun. It's fun. Keeps me entertained.
All right, so now we're here fighting Cyborg. Again, she's the 145 champion Invicta. You're going up in weight. What kind of pressure? I mean, is there any pressure on you at all? Knowing, I mean, from where you come from, the name that you have, is there any kind of pressure stepping up and taking this fight against Cyborg?
There's always pressure, but this fight's like any other. I think the nerves are there. Everything, the what ifs are always there for every fight. Whether I'm fighting somebody that doesn't have a big record or somebody that does. But for this one, it's I don't really feel like I have anything to lose at this point. The only thing is I'm on a 10-fight win streak. I haven't lost in like 7 years. So, she hasn't lost in like 10 years. So it's going to be one of us going home with a loss. But, man, I want a bonus. So I hope we go out and win that bonus and we both get paid and put on the best women's fight of the year.
Now, one thing that has kind of stood out in the talk between you two, Cyborg has been very respectable of you. I mean, maybe it's because you decide to step up, but again, we've heard you talking in the past. Like, what do you think that is? Where she's just kind of like, you know what, Tonya's pretty nice.
I think it's just a respect that she has, and vice versa for her. But we have both dominated at Invicta. We both dominated all our competition, and her opponents have not been better than my opponents by any means, and vice versa. So, we kind of just both been like fighting a little bit out of our league in a sense, but that's what elite fighters do. Elite athletes in general, they dominate. So it's I think it's something we don't need to talk shit about each other. There's no reason for it. We're just gonna go out there and fight and get somebody a loss. I don't know.
Now, what are the plans following this fight? Again, we know it's a 45. You're the Invicta 135. Well, first of all, are you still the Invicta 35 champ, or did you have to relinquish it? What's going on with that?
Yeah, I signed a release from them, and I vacated my title. And obviously, they just announced that some girls are going to fight for my title on the August show or September card. 2 girls are going to fight for my title there. So, that kind of sucks. I want it to be like the Invicta champ forever and then go fight in the UFC, and yet nobody can still take my title, but, whatever.
Well, I'll tell you didn't lose the title.
Yeah, no. I definitely got my title. I would like another one, maybe 2 for the times I defended, but that's just so I can put them in my gyms. But other than that, no, it's been good. It was a good run. I loved Invicta, and obviously it prepped me for this. And I've had win after win after win, and main event after main event, and it's just been it's been a great opportunity. I think it got me ready for this fight.
Now, as far as preparations, like what do you see yourself as far as preparing for Cyborg? You say that Invicta has prepared you for this moment, for this fight, but what goes into preparation for someone with her skills?
I think we're pretty similar fighters. Our aggression and our pressure and stuff, I think we're really similar, but on the other side we're complete opposites. She's more of a stand-up fighter, a knockout person, likes to knock people out, and I'm the opposite. I like to beat people into a TKO or submit them or whatever they give me. I just grind them down. So they put some facts out, out of her 17 wins, she has 15 knockouts, but, I have 25 professional fights, and I've never been TKO'd or knocked out or even rocked. So I think it's a really good matchup, and it's going to kind of show our skill set and pick one of our games apart, I guess.
Now, following this fight, despite the outcome, any plans to return to 135 and maybe shoot for the UFC 135 title?
I don't know what they're doing with the 45-pound division. I know that they're not really building it. So this is for a one-fight deal at 45, and then I go down to 35. Oh. And I have a multi-fight contract down there. So Obviously, when I win this fight, we're going to rematch, and then we go from there. But my contract does say I get to go back down to 35 after this fight.
You're speaking of rematches. Give us your thoughts on the current state of the women's 145-pound division in the UFC. We had Jermaine Duranami, who held the title, and for whatever reason, she didn't want to defend that title against Cyborg. It just seems like a mix-up of who knows what's going on in the division.
You know, these girls are talking, and they keep bitching about Cyborg being a cheater, this and that. And man, when it comes down to it, she's making the weight, and she's in the division, and she's passing the drug test now. So as long as she passes the drug test, you all are just running. Everybody's just running from her. So you know, I can't say I've ever ran from anybody in my career, and I'm not going to. So I'm going to take this fight and fight my ass off, and we'll see where it goes from there. But I'm sure if I get that title, then all them girls will want to come fight me, but whatever.
There you have it. Tonya Evinger, the People's Champ, taking on Chris Cyborg in UFC 214. Mm-hmm. What was the date?
29th July.
July 29th. Make sure you tune in.